you really hope they're not looking at you because of that reason, but you know they are, like all the aunties especially.
Right.
So I feel like there's that bit of like pressure and stigma. But the thing is that what we need to understand, which is a point that's really easily overlooked, is like beyond. What about beyond intimacy? So you can't expect to go from like a 0 to a 10, and expect to be fulfilled, right? Like that's just like wanting the results too fast without kind of putting in the work. And I think what's overlooked then is that spouses stop doing and saying the little things, that matter. So like, how do we build up to the 10 instead of going from like a 0?
I mean, how do you do that with kids running around and someone's hungry, someone's sleepy?
Yeah.
You smell like milk or cooking or sweat, it's just like, how do you even...
Especially in those early stages. I mean, like, women are, like, leaking fluid.
Yeah.
Bottom, like, a lot of women who are nursing say things like, I just feel like a cow. And it is, like, it's messy, right? Until your body regulates some of those things. But I think that it's just the little things, like, especially in that 40-day period, like instead of the husband having these like expectations, like when are we gonna, be ready to be with each other again, start doing things like try sleeping in the same room for a couple of days, and just a little contact, goes such a long way. Doing something small, like if your wife likes flowers, then bring, just a single rose, like it's so romantic, and it can go such a long way, doing something like getting her like a dress or a new outfit, and say, I know you're really tired.
That's the right size.
Ready. Yeah, that's right.
Post-birth. You don't want to mess this up.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe getting a gift certificate instead, and then taking her to the mall and saying, I'm so excited for like our first date out again, and I want you to wear this, or just little things. And I think I don't want to put all the pressure on the husbands. I think that the wives have to reciprocate it a little bit and be open and willing to accepting it. Because sometimes, just thinking of myself here, is your husband might bring you a rose, and you're like, oh, thanks. Like, what am I going to do with that?
Thanks
is
for
that gonna help me like clean like the vomit in the other room?
Oh, no,
so it's like the sarcasm comes out and the claws, the claws come out a bit, and like the poor guys are just trying to do something nice, right?
Yeah.
So I think we have to get better as women, and at least for myself, it's like kind of reciprocating it and accepting it as well. And then if you bought you a rose, like, thank you for bringing me a rose. Like taking that time to touch it out, like, you better bring me a rose. I've been away for 38 hours with your kid.
Right. Or the push present. Or the push present.
Have you gotten one yet?
No, first of all, I didn't even know that there was such a thing as a push present, okay? And then after that, I was like, dude, just get my daughter to sleep. Or, just take me out somewhere.
For your way of accepting love, it was not with an item, it was with an experience, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't with an item. It was, chocolates work,
but chocolates can never go wrong with chocolates, right?
But one thing, actually, and I'm just going to merge my topic with yours here, is that, and that's because, like, I actually just finished reading the love languages, the 5 love languages.
Really good book, right?
Amazing, amazing book. And, I've heard so many different talks about it. But it just does not do justice to actually what's in the book itself. So there are 5 love languages, and it's kind of like finding out what your love language is. Is it through quality time? Is it through acts of service? Is it through what is it? Gifts? Is it physical? Is it touch? Maybe there's like a couple of others that I'm missing. So for example, for me, at that time, it would be, also like, positive affirmations.
Oh, yeah.
It would be that, acknowledging what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it would be through acts of service, because I'm here going crazy. I just want to go take a nice shower, for example. Yeah. So for you, it would be, one thing would be gifts, and it could be another thing could be something else.
I'm a gift girl.
Yeah.
Get me a present.
Yeah, so here, when he does... And, another thing is that it's like, you speak a different language than he does. So you might not understand him and what his love language is, and he might not understand you. So you need to express it. You can't expect it. And this is when a lot of moms also get very resentful because they're like, I'm doing all of this and look at him.
Yeah.
Which is, when you look at it from the outside, it does look like that.
Yeah.
But give him a chance.
There's more to it, right?
Yeah, you took it.
And I think ultimately, like, we have to hold ourselves accountable in the sense of like, okay, what could I be doing different as well?
Yeah.
Because the way I'm doing things isn't really working.
Yeah, and at that time you have a low threshold too, because you're sleep deprived and you're healing, and maybe like it's not for new moms. Let's say you have